All right, everybody. It is me, Johnson Chan. I guess we are going back to that old intro. At least when I wake up, do the first video of the day. All right. So there are no new crypto projects from my YouTube sources. So before I do the XYZ, just pick a random project, try to vet it a little bit. There's actually something serious going on in the crypto markets. So I just spent like basically the past couple hours dealing with it. And, long story short, I wish I had a little more money because I want to be buying up Terra USD right now. So if you're not, well, actually you're watching this video, then you're probably well aware. So right now, crypto markets are getting just hammered. Even CoinGecko is down, basically. I can't access the site. Maybe some of you might be a little more lucky. Okay, so the recovery's already started, right? Because that's what this video is actually about. Okay, so we got a lot to unpack here, right? But basically what happened was something was going on in the stock and worldwide markets, all right? And Greg Manarino did a video on it, but because there was so much crap going on, I didn't really pay attention to what he said. But basically he said that it's because inflation came in hotter than expected, and then people were flooding like the world markets, right? Not just crypto, but the world markets were going crazy, and then they were like, "Oh my God, interest rates are gonna go out of control. Everything's dying. I gotta get out. I gotta go into the dollar." So that's basically what happened. Stock future, like, look at this reversal. Holy crap, we're actually up like 700-800 points on the Dow, and then the corresponding whatever on the other Nasdaq and S&P 500. So basically, everyone was trying to price in a 50 or 75 basis point interest rate hike, which was like going to kill everything, right? And therefore, the bond market was going to go nuts. But when I woke up this morning and I checked the crypto markets, what basically was happening was the U.S. debt market is stable. This is very stable, right? The dollar index was even red. It's still actually getting more red. So people are basically dumping dollars, they're dumping their debt, and they're buying up stocks right now. And before, or see, this is coin. This is cash. See, right now, before Bitcoin's at 29 and a half, going below 29. In fact, I think it was below 29,000 for a very brief moment. Now look at Bitcoin, right? It's already shot back up a ton. In fact, everything's going back up a lot, all right? And of course, Terra USD is going back up. So we had, I know it might be a little hard, especially if you're new to my channel, but just try, you're gonna have to replay this video, but basically, everyone was panicking, they wanted a tsunami of cash, and then they found out that basically, I guess something right now is, the Fed is already saying that they're not gonna do anything crazy, they're gonna do quantitative easing, blah, blah, blah. So now the markets are like, oh, okay, well, it's reverse course, now let's buy everything up, and that's what you're seeing now. This is good. This is what I want. I want things to go back up. I'm sure you do too. But in that brief moment where everybody was panicking, what was happening was everybody was dumping all of their reserves on crypto markets to deal with the inflation FUD, right? And then for whatever reason, that had a severe impact on Terra USD specifically. And because Terra USD is going all the way down, and now it's coming back up by a lot, I spent the past couple hours trying to buy up more of this, because I even did the video on the stablecoin video yesterday, and I told everyone I'm in this particular, let me click it. I am in this particular thing, UST, BUSD. Like even before when I woke up, when Terra USD was like 31 cents, now it's already back up 50% already, and it's like just barely an hour. I was only down like 40% in this thing. I was like, holy crap, my video works. So I was just scrambling to buy more. The only time that this would not work is if, this thing actually goes to zero, which is why that's why one of the first things I did before buying was to find out, okay, there's something particularly problematic with this stable coin. What's going on? So this Do Kwon guy apparently is the guy that created Terra Luna and USD Terra. So I'm just going to link this to the thing. But this is his thread. All right, we'll go into that in a second. Yeah, look at this. By the time I finish this video, this thing probably is going to be back at like 75 cents. And then it's just like, oh, okay, well, I literally just doubled my money in Terra USD. In fact, I'm actually going to triple my money because I bought when it was at like 31 cents, right? I didn't buy much, but, hey, a buyer is a buyer, right? This is just dollars. I just want all the dollars, all right? Because especially right now, because everyone's dumping their dollars. This is the Dixie, right? US dollar index. All right, So cryptocurrencies are going crashing. Let's use this one because CoinGecko doesn't work right now. So crypto went down because point of this, Do Kwon has to sell off his Bitcoin and probably other crypto reserves to shore up Terra USD. But that's also going to send a shockwave to everyone else. All right, they're going to send a shockwave to everyone else. So everyone else is dumping. All right, because remember, everybody wants cash, and then because of the inflation data, so now everyone's dumping. It's causing a problem. Now things are reversing, right? Thank God. And in addition to that, Janet Yellen actually was, I don't think it was here, it's not here on this page, but basically Janet Yellen, like our U.S. Treasury Secretary, even specifically just said the crash in Terra USD stablecoin is the reason why we need to regulate crypto. That's not helping things either. But obviously, the governments have always bitched like, oh, we're going to regulate, we're going to regulate, we're going to regulate. And then they kind of really just don't do anything. Unless you're in China, right? But the China FUD has already played itself out a long time ago. So, let's see, yeah, Terra USD is at 48.5. I don't know if we want to go over the whole thing, but basically, I didn't actually read this part. Yeah, I actually need to know how the peg stabilization works, but a review of the current situation is UST is currently trading at 50 cents. This was 3 hours ago. The price stabilization mechanism is absorbing Terra USD supply. It's currently over 10% of supply, but the cost of absorbing so many stablecoins at the same time has stretched out the on-chain swap spread to 40%. So this is basically like saying your price impact is very high because everyone is just trying to run for the door, right? They're just fleeing. So this might actually be useful for me later because when the U.S. debt market implodes eventually, right, and everything goes to shit, right? God, I gotta stop clicking this because is this website even working for me yet? Holy shit! Oh my god, are they getting hacked or something? CoinGecko's not even working. I'm getting a 404. Yeah, it's not even loading. Well, I don't know. I hope it's not like, well, there's nothing on this. Oh, I don't know. All right. So when this U.S. debt market finally implodes, this might actually mean that I probably need to get out of U.S. Terra in the future. Because Terra is actually a fractional stablecoin. So, yeah. I mean, that's the thing about stablecoins. Like, I need to actually have something that is actually a $1. All right. So, all right. So let's actually look into that now. All right. So let's say everything is dying. Right. This is a good educational thing. So USDC works, so I can go into that. Tether surprisingly is working despite everyone just constantly shitting on them, but they're actually backed by US dollars, specifically the US bond market. The thing is, they're just so centralized. That's why I don't like it. All right, so DAI is working, so they're still worth $1. Let me see. Yeah, so in the future, I would have to probably devote like 20 to 33% of my dollar reserves in Terra USD, and then that's it, right? Because when the debt market implodes, I might actually have another problem like this in the future. You and I will, right? If we're in Terra USD, right? Because this is obviously supposed to be worth $1. Right now, it's not, right? So I'm kind of hoping that this experience, once Do Kwon gets over this, he really figures out, you know what? Maybe we really do need to change the thing. And even his replies down here to this thread, some people are actually saying, and it got a lot of likes, saying, hey, we need to look at like the way you collateralize Terra USD so we don't have this problem in the future. So let's see. I know is Magic Internet Money listed? I know it's got it listed here. It's a big coin. Magic. Okay, well, it's not in the top 100. Magic Internet Money. Oh, for some reason it's at the bottom. Yeah, that don't make no sense. All right, well, yeah, see, this is maintaining peg just fine. It's $1. Yeah. All right, so there's literally there's plenty of good ones here. I wonder if Day stablecoin is worth $1 because I know Day's finance always had problems. Day, even Day is holding their peg. They're still worth $1. All right. Well, this is good. Well, this is good for me because when crypto goes down and then Do Kwon has to like dump his crypto to shore up Terra USD, he may not have the money to do it, right? Because the price of crypto is going to crash too much. So, all right. Well, so we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's already back at 50 cents. I mean, at this point, I don't really care. I just want to just buy more of it, you know. But with that being said, I mean, I know ultimately the stock markets and crypto is going to go up, right? Because we know that's the uptrend, but it's going to be very volatile. I mean, it's just too much crap going on. And on top of that, the Federal Reserve has to figure out what they're going to do, I guess, in June, because that's when they meet next. They're going to have to decide what they're going to do with the interest rates, right? Which is like, what's the 10-year yield going to be, right? Are they going to do 25 basis points, 50 basis points? Right? The Fed has already said repeatedly they're not going to do large rate hikes, right? They're going to actually slow down their rate hikes. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll have to see. See, look, even CNBC is already covering this too. Controversial stablecoin UST is meant to be pegged to the dollar and plummets below 30 cents. I mean, this thing is obviously already, Sister token Luna's lost roughly 99% of its value in the past. Yeah, I don't even care about the Luna thing. Because from what I understand, Luna is also supposed to count as some kind of backing for US Terra as well. Alright, so Luna Press dramatically absorbing the ARBs, the arbitrages. Alright, yeah, so Do Kwon is actually talking about the Luna price right here. Before anything else, the only path forward will be to absorb the stablecoin supply that wants to exit before UST can start to repeg. There's no way around it. We propose several remedial measures to aid the peg mechanism to absorb supply. First, we endorse the thing where it's going to increase the base pool from 50M to 100 million SDR, decrease pool recovery block from 36 to 18. This will increase minting capacity. See, I don't understand what any of this is, but he's obviously saying we got to change the parameters, and it's going to increase the minting capacity from 293 mil to 1.2 billion. So this reminds me a lot like what happened to us in 2008, right? The Great Recession, right? That affected the entire world. We had a liquidity issue back then. We just didn't have enough dollars to float around. That's why even when you try to go to a bank, you couldn't pull money out of the ATM. This is basically the exact same thing happening. But obviously Do Kwon already is very well aware of it, and so is the community. So they're like, yo, we have no liquidity. We need to like print more dollars, right? Hey, just like the Federal Reserve. That's all that this is. It's a very simple problem, especially because we've already, we as humanity have already experienced this problem, so we already know what the solution is. Just print more money. Like literally, print more money, right? This is our U.S. Federal Reserve money dollar chart, right? There's almost 22 trillion with a T, right? $trillion in the world right now. So yeah, just keep burring, burr, right? BRR, burr. More ideas will be discussed at the community forums. Yeah, I'm not going to bother. I'm sure the simple fact that they know that the first thing they have to do is increase actual liquidity so that like transactions can go through. That already tells you these people know what they're doing. They're at least as smart as me, preferably smarter than me. So that's why I'm not worried about it. Also, this guy is doing fractional banking, right? That's how he's setting this up, which, is a little, it's like, all right, I'll bite. So you have to really know what you're doing. You're doing fractional banking, right? Which is basically what Terra USD is doing. Because you know that situations like what's happening now could easily kill you. And that's what we're going through right now. With the current on-chain spread, peg pressure, can you guys see this? And US Terra burn rate, the supply overhang of Terra, i.e. bad debt, should continue to decrease until parity is reached and spreads begin healing. Yeah. Especially now that things are getting better in the market in crypto for now because people are buying back up. So that means they have to burn less reserves to shore up Terra. Naturally, this is at a high cost to Terra and Luna holders, but we will continue to explore various options to bring in more external capital. I think what does this word actually mean? I'm pretty sure in this context it means external. Yeah, that's a very fancy word for saying external. Okay. External capital to the ecosystems and reduce supply overhang on Terra. Yeah. Basically, it's kind of like running a Ponzi scheme, essentially. But the U.S. money, by its nature, is a Ponzi scheme. Either everyone buys it and uses it and then believes it has value, or they don't. All right. That's how it always is. You know, it's what's his name? Charles Ponzi, which is what the Ponzi scheme was named after. He wasn't the first person to do that, probably. Right? He's just probably the most famous, and people just like that's a pretty funny name. We'll just call it a Ponzi scheme. As we begin to rebuild Terra USD, we will adjust its mechanism to be collateralized. This is the most important thing because I think this actually means, yeah, we're gonna be less leverage, and I'm actually gonna back Terra with actual stuff. So the Terra ecosystem is the vibrant, passionate teams, blah blah blah. Yeah, they're actually on the Cosmos ecosystem blockchain. So you got Juno and Osmosis and whatever. Yeah, so like these guys really know what they're doing. Terra's focused on around long-term horizon, our setback, and on our side of the space. So in the last year will not deter. He calls themselves the lunatics. Yeah, that's actually pretty funny. Yeah, so they've got some people fudding and whatever, but the most important thing is he has to actually collateralize this with actual dollars, which means eventually in the future he has to actually back his Terra USD in some form with actual US debt. All right, just buy U.S. debt. All right, just buy like the 1 month or 2 month or 3 month or whatever. Right, just like your stable coin has to be eventually be backed by actual U.S. dollars. All right, Tether prints U.S. They print dollars all the time too. In fact, a lot of people like to FUD about that. Well, hey, guess what? They're still worth $1 right now, right? Right? Why? Because Tether actually holds U.S. debt, right? They actually, I think you can just go on their website and then they just tell you what their reserves are. But they own a bunch of U.S. Treasury yields, right? Because they have to back their Tether with something, and they're also actually regulated and highly centralized, specifically probably by the U.S. government, right? Same thing with USDC, right? USDC Circle, they're the exact same thing. So hopefully this experience will tell Do Kwon that he's got to do the exact same thing. That's all it is. I would prefer that he actually stop bashing DAI stablecoin. All right, because I noticed that some old tweets brought that back up and said it's bad karma. Yeah, it actually is bad karma. It's like, why are you trying to take out DAI? Right? Just focus on your own stuff. Also, he's Asian. All right, I think he's Korean. So he has to understand, especially as Asians, that it's bad karma to like go F somebody over and then you get F'd over yourself, right? That's kind of like what's happening with the situation between Kino Casino and then Saint Nick, right? It's all bad karma. That's why I'm staying the hell away from that stuff, right? I'm watching, I'm observing, but I'm watching from like a distance of like several 100,000 miles, right? I'm using a telescope basically. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna leave links to my stablecoin video that I did yesterday. I'm gonna leave a link again to this, the thread here. You can read, of course, the price charts. Today's gonna be a pretty volatile day. So yeah, Bitcoin's already back. So I mean, I guess we'll see how it plays out. But again, as long as everything just buys back up, and I see the dollar actually crashing, the dollar index. Believe it or not, the dollar index going down is really good for Terra USD because that means it's cheaper to buy Terra USD. Because what's the problem right now? We have a liquidity problem. And that's why the first thing that he's doing is increasing the liquidity minting, right? By basically 4x, like quadruple or quintuple, right? 4 to 5x. So if nobody wants US dollars because they're dumping it to buy stuff, which is what you're seeing here, right? And in the bond market, it's the same thing. People are dumping their dollars, so the US Treasury yield. This is how all bonds work, which is why I hated them, because they're like the opposite of what you think. But basically, this thing is going up the yield because people are selling dollars. So that means there's more dollars in circulation in the world because people want stuff. They don't want dollars. Well, guess what? You know, obviously this is Terra USD. We need dollars to shore this thing back up. So hey, perfect. All right. Now it's not going to happen instantly, but it's happening pretty quick. So whenever this works itself out, then whatever, and it's still pretty high risk. I mean, there's a lot of FUD. Obviously, I don't know everything about Terra USD. I just got into it basically like a couple days ago. And again, this ultimately is, let me see. Has he said anything new? No, he's still actually working on fixing this problem. Yeah, and then if you haven't noticed, the gas prices across most blockchains right now are just like jammed. Like it's just really bad. Oh yeah, don't even bother with CoinGecko. That site's dead. they're probably getting slammed. Either that, or I guess maybe something happened. Like and yeah, this is pretty funny too. Luna will hit $1 before Terra USD. I'm thinking, is it? Yeah, I couldn't tell if this is a trolling tweet or something. Yeah, so that's basically Terra USD. I'm personally trying to buy up more Terra USD. There's gonna be a lot of FUD. Obviously, don't go all in, right? Because you don't want to lose all your money. But all I'm seeing is just opportunity right now, just endless amounts of opportunity. At one point, the U.S. Terra Binance Dollar liquidity pool was paying up to 600% APY. So when this thing finally compounds, oh boy, I'm going to get a lot of dollars. So yeah. So I did a different video today, but this news is literally just all over the place. So I got to get in on it too. So, plus, like this is actually real news. It's like, because I was trying to figure out why the hell is crypto dumping when, everything else checks out. The U.S. debt market was stable, the dollar index was going down, and stock markets were going up, right? Which tells me, okay, so there's something specifically wrong with crypto. So, I did all the research. That's what the result of that is in this video. So now you don't have to do any research. Well, actually, you should do more research. But, yeah. I don't know. I really don't want to have to keep track of Terra USD though, but I do probably have to at some point in the future check to see if he's actually collateralizing, Terra USD with like actual US dollars, right? Yeah, because now my voice is starting to go. Alright, so I'll see you in the next video. I don't know what the project's going to be, because, I don't want to just take today off, because it looks like everyone's taking a day off in crypto. But not me. Not me. So, like, subscribe, share this video around. Thank you to all the old and new people watching this video. Let's keep growing the channel. Let's try and see if we can push for 1,600. But I'm actually pretty happy. I mean, it sucks that crypto is really down, and I think Sphere should be back up above 1 penny now, because crypto's back up. Let's see. Yeah. See, Sphere's already at 1.05 cents. I mean, it's still pretty bad, but whatever. Like, there's just too much volatility right now. People are still terrified. So I don't know how long that's gonna last. Preferably sooner rather than later, right? But that's just how it goes. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. And yeah, please, try to actually, spread this video around and subscribe to my channel, because I really know my stuff, but, it would help calm things down, if more people would, help me out here, right? There's, like, you only hurt yourself and us by keeping this information to yourself, all right? So, yeah. I mean, unless you want Terra USD to just remain at like 0 or whatever, right? But that's really bad. Okay, that's really bad. So, yeah. All right, I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching. And, yeah. I'm very confident about what's going on. Very, very confident.